Council and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Welcome, members of the press from Quezon Province. You can start asking questions. Courtesy of the House,
Okay, sir.
coming from Joseph Morong, your
Sir,
province mate. Exactly.
sige, pwede daw magtanong. Sir, okay lang daw po na
Yeah, of
magtanong.
course.
Okay.
No. Secretary, good morning. I'm
Morning.
Celine Tutor, a black timer from Live Radio, Lucena City. Isa po akong anak ng magsasaka, Secretary. Ano po ang plano ng national government? Napakababa po ngayon ng presyo ng coconut products, lalo tigit ang kopra. Paano po natin matutulungan ang ating mga magsasaka, Secretary?
Unang-una, gaya ng sinabi na natin dito, merong 10 billion fund na magagamit. Sa coconut lang ba ang tanong mo o pati sa rice?
Coconut,
Coconut lang?
particularly.
Right now, merong ginagawa ang ating pamalaan upang matulungan ng mga magsasaka sa coconut. Kung matatandaan mo, yung pondo sa subsidy, hindi na gamit yon. Pero nagkaroon na ng batas para magamit na ng mga magsasaka. Antay na lang natin ang implementasyon nun para yung lahat ng benepisyo manggagaling doon ay mapakinabangan ng mga magsasaka kagaya ng tatay mo.
Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you. Joseph?
Hi, sir. Sir, yung pong Department of Human Settlements, no? So, sinayan na ni Presidente yun yesterday. Meron na bang napipisil siya na secretary?
Wala pa akong naririnig.
Also, sir, in terms of appointment also, yung BTA, Bangsamoro Transition Authority, would you know the members already?
Nag-text ako sa opisina ng IAS, wala pang sagot kung ano yung composition.
Sir, pero I understand from the BOL, no, dapat may equal representation yon, may representatives of women and other sectors, and also the MNLF, right? So would there be members from the MNLF that will comprise the BTA? Because in the past couple of days, the President is sending overtures to Noor, but Chairman Noor has not responded yet. So, paano sir ibabalance yung interest ng MNLF now that we're putting up the BTA?
Siguro tingnan natin yung composition, yung pagbubuo ng mga appointees. Antayin na lang natin. I'm sure the President will know how to balance the composition.
Okay. Maricel, other issue? Microphone? Follow up muna ni Jenaline Cabiling.
Hello, sir. Sir, does the palace have any expectation to the Bangsamoro Transition Authority? Do you expect them to lead well and lead the new region well?
Expect what?
Do you have any expectation to the Bangsamoro Transition Authority? Do you expect them to lead the region well? Unlike the old systems arm.
Oh, certainly, because you must remember that there have been complaints about the governance, the previous entities. And hopefully this new one, given the fact that they have learned their lessons, I'm sure they will lead this time effectively. Otherwise, they will answer to the Muslim people.
Okay, Maricel.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir,
Morning.
Apo. Sir, may we have your thoughts about the statement of NYC Chairman Cardema saying na nananawagan daw siya kay Presidente na tanggalan ng scholarship yung mga students na laging nagiging part ng mga anti-government rallies. Your thoughts on that?
Nagiging part ang pagkakabasa ko dun sa mukhang ang sinabi niya, yung suspected. We are government of laws, not of speculations. Kung sinususpetsahan lang natin, hindi naman po pwede yun. Kailangan meron tayong ebidensya ng mga parte nga sila ng mga grupo na laban sa gobyerno. Kung sila'y sumasama lang sa mga rally, that's right. That's a right. That's freedom of expression and freedom of assembly.
So meaning, sir, Malacanang will not support the idea of stopping these students from joining any rally,
Unless
even
you
if
can
it's
show us
anti-government.
concrete evidence that they're really part of those forces against the government, hindi mo po pwede yun.
Hi, sir. By follow-up to Maricel's question, by being members of groups like, for instance, Kabataan Party List, is that evidence enough as far as Malacanang is concerned? Because the president previously said that these are just fronts of communist groups.
Kabataan Party List?
Leftist groups, sir.
Again, the president is a lawyer. If there is evidence to show that indeed it is a front, then necessarily we have to do something about it. The state will protect itself from any attack, whether superficially, subliminally, or actual. Pero kailangan meron tayong ebidensya. We are not reckless.
Sir, dun sa BTA oath-taking on Friday, I was wondering...
BTA?
Yes.
What's BTA?
Yung sa Transition Authority, sir. Bangsamoro Transition Authority. Will there be extra security measures?
Extra one?
Security measures put in place considering that top MILF leaders, I'm just wondering, former rebel leaders will be attending the ceremony.
The usual security measures will be provided by the Presidential Security Group as well as other allied forces.
Okay, questions, MPC?
Quezon.
RJ? O,
From
sige,
Quezon.
sige. Please state your name.
Magandang umaga po, Secretary Panelo. I'm King Formaran of Lucena City, Quezon Province. At kung familiar ka po sa aming lalawigan, are you familiar sa aming lalawigan?
Lucena?
Quezon Province,
Quezon?
Lucena,
Yeah,
Quezon.
well,
So,
nung estudyante ako,
okay.
dumaraan ako dyan papuntang Bicol.
So, ang lalawigan po ng Quezon is agricultural. Probinsya. Sa Calabarzon, ito yung pinakamalaking land area na nasa sektor ng agrikultura ang maraming tao. Itong rice tarification na ito, unang-unang tatamaan ito ay ang aming mga partners. Bukod pa doon sa empleyado mismo ng mga NFA, maraming NFA na empleyado sa aming lalawigan. Ano pong malinaw na malinaw dito? Kasi sinabi kagabi ng NFA, meron na lang silang 14 million na stocks at by August, ito ay hanggang August na lang. So ano po ang malinaw na ano ng Presidente rito?
Unang-una, gaya ng sinabi natin the other day, meron 10 billion fund para sa industriya ng bigas. At yan ay magagamit para matulungan ang ating mga magsasaka. At gaya na rin ang sinabi ko, mukhang ang mga magsasaka natin from the very start, yung kanilang tinutubo sa pagbibenta ng kanilang mga palay, mukhang hindi naman lumalaki kasi ang tumutubong malaki yung middleman. Pero nung pag yan kasi binuksan mo ng merkado, may problema ang middleman doon, kaya sila nagreklamo eh. Magkakaroon ng kompetensya at siguradong babagsak ang presyo ng bigas para sa kabutihan ng lahat. At yun namang mga farmers, kaya sila nahihirapan noon because kukonti ang kanilang produce. Why? Simply because ang dami nga nilang problema. Walang mga binhi, walang pang-fertilizer, walang mga pang-irrigation. With that 10 billion fund, malaking may tutulong sa kanila. Lalaki ang produce nila, lalaki ang kita nila.
So paano kung itong mga papasok? Sapagkat niluwagan na natin ngayon pwede na kahit sino mag-import ng bigas. So yung competition po, paano po yun? Baka mas mura yung manggagaling sa labas ng bansa compare sa pinoproduce ng ating mga farmers. So apektado rin po sila ron.
Alam mo, pag ang interplay ng market kasi, pag may pumasok, maraming bigas. Meron din yung mga farmers natin. Magkukompetensya sila. Ang mga taong, ang greater majority, siyempre makikinabang kasi babagsak ang presyo Pero naman yung sa parte ng magsasaka, lalaking kita nila simply because matutulungan na sila ng gobyerno, unlike before, hindi sila natutulungan. Kung mas malaki ang produce mo, mas malaki ang offer mo sa merkado, unlike before, na kukontrol lang yung mga middlemen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, RJ muna, RJ.
Si Henry pala, taga-Quezon na ngayon. O dati kang taga-Quezon.
Proud Luzon.
Sa Quezon Memorial College kaya ito nag-aral.
Hi, sir. Sir, the president himself said that leftist groups are communist fronts, right? And that's why he fired some of the left-leaning members of his cabinet. So by joining alone a leftist group, if I'm a student, I would lose my scholarship. Because again, you said that being leftist, that's being part of the communist groups, and you take communist groups as anti-government forces.
Kung yung leftist talagang may ebidensya na left, at yung estudyante sumali doon na alam niya na yun, kalaban ng gobyerno, kung may ebidensya ka. Pero kung hindi naman lahat ng estudyante na sumasali sa isang organisasyon ay alam nila na gano'n. Ang iba nalalaman nila later on at tumitiwalag. Ang iba naman, gusto nila yon, tumutuloy sila, namumundok pa nga para labanan ng gobyerno. So, depende. Dapat case-to-case basis. We cannot just dismiss or remove the scholarship from them but just because we're suspecting them. What I'm saying is, hindi tayo reckless.
But sir, suppose I'm a member of a leftist group. I intended to join, like Kabataan Party List, League of the Filipino Students, CEGP. Then I would lose my scholarship just because I'm a member of these organizations.
Unang-una, yung sinasabi nyo, suggestion nyo nung chairman ng National Youth Commission, that's
But
not
we are asking, sir, if you agree with that suggestion.
Hindi ba sinagot ko na yun? Kung may ebidensya na ikaw ay talagang kalaban ng gobyerno, dapat wala.
Pero sir, yeah, that's why I'm asking, sir. Kung kasali ako, kung kasama ako ng Kabataan Party List.
Tatanungin kita, kung ikaw ay kasama at alam mo na kalaban ng gobyerno at lalaban ka sa amin, bakit ka naman bibigyan ng scholarship ng gobyerno?
And that's the reason why I am going to lose my scholarship.
Yes, if you're
Just because
fighting the
I'm
government.
a member of it.
No, because you're fighting the government. Mere membership alone will not suffice. You have to show us evidence that one, you did join because of you want to fight the government. Pero kung sumali ka lang dyan dahil for whatever reason, baka gusto mo lang maging pareho rin ng fraternities. Sa UP kayo sumasali noon because status symbol.
Sir, may basis ba yan sa batas natin? Is it allowed?
Which one?
I'm
If you're
part
fighting
of,
the government, bakit ka naman? That's common sense. If you're fighting the government, bakit ka naman pag-aralin ng gobyerno para patayin mo ang gobyerno?
But the membership alone, for example, I intended to be
Hindi ba
part
sinabi
of
ko na siya, not membership alone. You cannot do that.
But it means fighting against the government because that's ideology.
No, not necessarily. Kung hindi mo
They
nga alam.
subscribe to an ideology.
Kung hindi mo nga alam Ngayon, if there is evidence na alam mo from the very beginning at may ginagawa kang that will concretize, showing that you're fighting the government, we will remove the scholarship. Natural lang yun.
Subscribing to an ideology like communism is, how do you take it?
Wala nang komunismo na ngayon.
N-
Hindi
no,
ba yun
sir.
na nga ang ba? Yun nga ang ba? Yun na nga sinasabi ni Presidente, oy mga komunista, magising na kayo. Wala nang komunismo ngayon. Look at communist China. It's a capitalist
If
state.
scholars subscribe to this and they join a communist group,
Oh,
a leftist group, they would lose their scholarships.
ang kulit mo naman. Sinagot ko na paulit-ulit.
I just
Not
wanna make
mere
it clear.
membership, RJ. Hindi pa pwedeng mere membership lang. Kailangan merong ebidensya na more than your membership. Eh kung member ka lang by name, nag-aaral ka ng gusto, ba't ka naman tatanggalan ng scholarship?
Okay, thank you, RJ. Chona? Sir, could you expound when you say evidence? Anong
Aba, kung nakita na kasama ka sa mga plano against the government, halimbawa, nagkaroon ng raid, tapos ikaw pala kasama doon, nagpaplano ka, aba, ang laking ebidensya nun. Pero kung sumasama ka lang you just express your dissent to government policies, ay kasama sa demokrasya.
Okay. Follow-up, Jeneline?
Sir, follow up lang. Sir, just qualify the fighting the government. Does this mean yung taking up arms or yung pag-protest rallies, joining protest rallies is just okay?
Ang sinasabi ko yung kung kasama ka sa pagplano laban sa gobyerno. Kung fighting the government ng actual, di obvious na yun. Pero yung mga subtle na kasama ka sa pagplano,
Sir, armado, hindi pwede. Taking up arms is not
Ay,
allowed.
kung armado, hindi pa pwede. Kung armado ka, dila.
Sir, yung mga students, they are taking up arms, that is not allowed. Pero joining protest rallies is okay. Because it's part of freedom
Hindi
of
ba si
expression.
Presidente nga naging encourage na magmarcha kayo sa kalsada if you have grievances with the government? That's a constitutional right. But if you use rallies to foment violence, to incite sedition, that's a different story. Iba nang usapan. Pero kung sasalita ka lang doon, hindi mo nga si Trillanes kung ano pinagsasabi. Tinatawag pa magnanakaw si Presidente, hindi niya pinapatulan.
Okay, other issue. Henry? Henry.
Secretary, before my question, yung mga aktivista na umano ay nahuhuli ng mga militar at pulis na kasama na ng mga NPA
Oh,
sa
ayun.
recruitment, organizing yung kanilang mga protesta. Pagka ganoon, definitely tatanggalan na ho ng
Oy,
scholarship.
definitely
yun.
naman. Bakit naman hindi? Unang-una, hindi-demanda ka, nakakulong ka pa pag magkano. Paano ka pa makakapag-aral?
Pero allegedly lang, wala pa namang
Hindi.
demanda, wala pang sapat na
Hindi,
ebidensya.
pero kung nahuli ka nga, nakasama ka ng mga NPA, that alone is probable cause.
Alright. Speaking of NPA ho, kahapon sa speech ng Pangulo, may binanggit siya tungkol kay Capi de la Agcawili.
Yes.
Sabi niya, I think Attorney Agcawili has sounded off. He was coming to talk again. And I told the military and the police just allow him, for after all, it's all just, we are on a waiting period about the appropriate time to talk about peace. Ano ang partikular na punto rito ng Pangulo? Pag dumating, pumasok ng bansa si Capi de la Agcawili, hindi siya pwedeng arestuhin ng militar at polis.
Gaya nga ng sinabi nung pa ni Presidente, they're welcome to come. They want to talk. Hindi sila pa-arrestuin. Kung matatanda mo nung huli, di ba, supposedly they were coming. Kaya lang, they expressed apprehension na ma-arresto.
Mm.
Dahil daw may salita si Secretary Anyo. Di ba, ang sagot namin doon, kaya nga tayo mag-uusap at ba't naman kayo arrestuin? In other words, hindi ba sinabi ko na noon, misplace yung apprehension nila. Kaya they were welcome. Pero hindi, ayaw naman nilang tumuloy.
So as of yesterday, or as we speak, anong stand ng gobyerno ngayon, ng ating Pangulo, ng Palasyo ng Malacanang sa peace talks?
The same stand as it has previously made. We will return to the peace talks. One, if they stop their extortion. Number two, if they stop attacking our police forces.
Bukas sa pakikipag-usap kung susundin yung mga kondisyones galing sa side ng pamahalaan, hindi galing sa side ng
Pwede
Kaliwa.
naman sila mag-set ng condition sa party nila kung reasonable at pwede nating ibigay. Pero hindi ba sinabi na ni Joe Masison, hindi po pwede dahil kailangan namin ng resources, kailangan namin ng aming finansya. Sabi niya dahil meron daw silang gobyerno. Di ba sabi ko pa, hindi ko lang may gobyerno kayo. Kailangan nila ng resources, finances, kailangan ng extortion activities. Kasi yun ang nagpipinan sa kanilang pakikipaglaban sa gobyerno. Hindi dahil meron silang pamahalaan.
Wala ho bang utos o meron bang utos ngayon ang Malacanang sa militar at police na maghinay-hinay muna sa military operations against the NPA?
Hindi. Ganun pa rin yung direktiba.
Which is?
Hindi ba? Go after them because they're fighting the government. Now, kung magkaroon tayo ng peace talks, di ceasefire tayo. Provided, payag kayo dun sa kondisyon na ini-impose ng presidente.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Okay, follow up. Danielle, then Tina, and Rose.
Good afternoon. Sir, Secretary Anyo is pushing na ilabas daw yung narco list ahead of the 2019 midterm elections. Suportado po ba ito ng Palas?
Di ba si presidente na naglabas na rin nun? So it goes without saying. Kung si presidente mismo naglabas.
Okay, Tina.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, may call yung isang grupo na sa Duterte administration na sana huwag alisin sa UN yung record ng 625 enforced disappearances. What's your take on that? Can you please give us details on the mission of the group who went there from NSA yata and some PCO who went to Europe?
I think that question should be directed to the PCO secretary. He's the one involved in that.
As regards, sir, sa position ng isang grupo na sana sana i-retain yung 625 forced disappearance cases, anong position ng Malacanang, sir?
Ano yung grupo? Ano bang gusto ng grupo?
Alisin sa...
Sinong grupo ang nagpapadilis? Ang PCO?
Families, hindi, nagpapadelist ang administration. Yung grupo na dapat sabi i-retain yun sa records ay yung families of disappeared for justice or desaparecidos. So they
Specifically,
want it retained.
sinong instrumental ng gobyerno nagpapadilis? Ang PCO?
I think that's why they're on a mission sa UN.
I think you should direct first the question to the PCO secretary. Hindi ko alam yung kanilang official mission. And then pag may sagot siya, I'll respond.
Okay, Rosalie.
Ang alam ko lang, gaya ng statement kong binigay sa inyo, ang tungkulin nila doon ay para paalam sa lahat, sa mundo at sa mga Pilipino, kung ano ang mga patakaran natin dito, ano ang ginagawa ng pamahalaan, ano ang dahilan kung bakit tayo masigasig sa pagsira sa illegal na droga dito sa ating bayan, at kung paano natin pinatutupad ang ating mga batas sa lahat ng mga tao, anuman ang kanilang tungkulin sa pamahalaan, anuman ang kanilang kalagayan sa antas ng lipunan. Kasi maraming naninira sa atin at napapaniwala naman kasi nga ang tatamad naman kasing mag-verify ng facts. O baka naman pag sila ang nandun, eto, di naliliwanagan sila. Yan ang alam kong mission nila.
Okay. Rosalie Cos.
Good afternoon, sir. In relation sa signing po ng Universal Healthcare, mamaya ni Pangulong Duterte, how does the executive branch intend to implement the law given sa sinabi ng Department of Health na may 40 billion pesos pa po na kakulangan para i-implement sa unang taon yun pong UHC?
hindi pa po na ipapasa yung higher syntax kung saan kukunin yung kakulangan po sa budget para maipatupad yung universal healthcare.
Kung wala pang pera, di we'll have to. Kung ang project mo, 10 projects in 1 year, kung hindi mo naman kayang pondohan, di medyo i-reduce mo na muna. Kumbaga, pagkakasyahin muna natin until such time na dumating yung pondo.
So gradual implementation po.
Yun ang,
We don't expect this year na makocover ang lahat ng Filipinos dun po sa UHC.
gradual ang implementation, pero meron pa namang there are many ways to augment the resources. I'm sure our government will know how to source funds in accordance with the Constitution.
Does Malacanang see the need to increase the contribution po sa PhilHealth this year para i-augment? Is that one way po? Aside from syntax po, yung pong PhilHealth contribution.
Pag-aaralan natin yan kung ano ang makakabuti sa ating mga kababayan kaugnay sa kanilang kalusugan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, MPC questions, Joseph Morong.
Sir, sa budget po, no? Wala sa BICAM yung cash-based budgeting. Ibig sabihin, ang gusto nila is obligation-based. Obligation-based is basta may project ka na pinaplano, hindi siya subject to, bibigyan siya ng budget kahit hindi pa tapos yung mga feasibility studies. No? What Secretary Jokno wants is a cash-based budgeting. Meaning, for 1 year, dapat pinopondahan ng government yung mga projects na klaro na matatapos. May plano and nakalatag na, right? That's what Secretary Jokno wants. Palace position is supporting Secretary Jokno in asserting that the government will implement a cash-based budgeting. Ano pong position? Do you support?
Sinabi mo na yung posisyon, di ba sinusuportahan? Yun na ang posisyon.
I'm asking, is the palace, is President Duterte supporting Secretary Jokno?
Yes, yes.
Because po?
Because sa palagay ni Secretary Jokno, yun ang mas makakabuti sa ating mga projects.
Do you think, sir, that it is better in terms of avoiding or preventing corruption?
Sa tingin ko, yun ang sinasabi ni Secretary Jokno. So that's why supportive tayo nun.
So kahit sir wala yan sa BICAM, ipipilit natin, no? Kasi it's not in the BICAM. So pwede ba yun baguhin sa final?
Hindi. Ang BICAM ang mag-decide kung anong klaseng pamamaraan.
Yes,
pag enrolled bill na yun, di either pipirma ni Presidente o ibibito niya yung line item. Yun ang mangyayari.
So at this point, sir, at this stage, at the moment, ang BICAM says obligation-based. That's not what Secretary Jokno
hindi pa naman maraming miyembro ang BICAM. Di ba? Nakita na rin natin, sabi, hindi papasa. Tapos, finally, the BICAM decided to pass the budget. In other words, hindi pa natin alam. Let us, tingnan natin.
Sir, but it's ratified already, the BICAM?
What do you mean?
Nakalabas na sa kanila, sir, nasa palace na yata.
Sa palasyo na?
Will the President exercise a veto power?
If he feels that he should, he will.
And given that he supports Secretary Jokno, yes.
Logically, yes.
So cash-based.
But, everything is subject to change without prior notice. The President can always change his mind depending on the situation, depending on the need, depending on the necessity. If he feels na pwede pala ito, yun ang gagawin niya. He's an experienced man. He was member of Congress before, has been executive for 23 years. So, punong-puno siya ng karanasan.
Sir, backtrack lang a little bit na yung sa plano ng NYC. Youth Commission, sir. Okay, legally, sir, if he says that we, the government, should withdraw scholarships of the students who are suspected to be members of leftist organizations, he can do so on what basis?
Ay,
We
kung-
don't have an anti-subversion law, sir.
O, hindi naman kailangan magkaroon ng anti-subversion law.
So therefore, the basis is...
Under the revised penal code, merong sedition, merong rebellion, merong conspiracy to commit sedition, conspiracy to commit rebellion. Kung pumasok ka doon, paano ka naman susuportahan ng gobyerno? Otherwise, the government will be killing itself.
Pero kailangan yung ma-breach yun, no?
Yes, kailangan.
Okay, sige sir. Thank you.
Okay, questions, MPC?
Actually, that's more of a warning to them. Kumbaga sinasabi kayo, hoy, kung gusto niyo maging scholar ng bayan, maging matino naman kayo. Kung hindi, sayang lang yung panahon nyo. Kasi tatanggalan na kayo, madidimanda pa kayo.
I think if they're fighting the government, they wouldn't be in schools. So anyway.
They will be, they will not be.
If there be, wala na sir, later na lang.
No. If you're fighting the government, you will talaga enroll in schools. Kasi you want to be educated, parang magaling kang lumaban sa gobyerno.
Anyway, sir, kasi he's requesting the president to sign an executive order. Do you think that will be a possibility? EO?
Executive order na, no?
To remove.
Kung i-remove mo lang on the basis of suspicion, I don't think the president will sign that.
Unless you really may complaints sa'yo or cases.
Kailangan
yes?
merong grounds,
Meron, sir.
legal grounds,
Okay, MPC?
reasonable ground.
Questions? Mag-Quezon muna tayo. Pwede ba, Secretary? Sige, please state your name.
Magandang umaga po. Dick
Morning.
Cantos po, Radyo Pilipinas, Lucena. Ano na po ang restatement sa ika-4 na tranche ng salary increase ng state workers?
Ano ang ano?
Ano na po ang status noon ng ating ika-4 na tranche ng salary increase ng government employees?
Kung napasa na yung budget at napirma na, di meron ng pera to fund.
Salamat po.
Okay, Joyce Balancio.
Sir, very quick question lang here. May plano po ba si President Duterte to attend any program for the EDSA People Power Anniversary on February 25?
Wala pang nababanggit. Pero hindi naman siya, umatin ba siya noon? Last time, wala naman. 2 years nang wala eh. So most likely, hindi rin natin.
Most likely hindi siya attend.
Maraming trabaho at presidente. Kahapon nga mamadali siyang tapusin, 30 minutes kasi meron pa siyang lakad. Sipag.
So, MPC, questions? Ace? No more?
Ba't wala ka? Akala ko ba nandun kayo kahapon? Wala akong nakitang. Oh. Wala. Pagkatapos, kabang sila lahat doon, ambush. Nadaanan ko eh. Oh, sir, natay namin si Presidente. Okay. Hindi, punta ako sa toilet. Pagbalik ko, ano nangyari? Sir, nung wala? Doon sa kabila. Kasi kayo hindi nyo inaabangan eh. Wala, hindi nila na-ambush.
Okay, MPC questions? Tina? Ina? Okay na. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Thank you, Presidential Chief
Thank
Legal
you.
Counsel and Spokesperson Salvador Banelo. Back to main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.